Okay, so if you're watching this video, chances are that you've already received an admit or you are about to receive an admit maybe sometime soon, and you're hoping to go forward with your overseas education journey. Congratulations to you if you're so serious about that and you're actually watching this video. And in this video I'm going to talk about essentially what you should take with you when you're going to either, whatever country you're going to. It could be the US, Canada, or whatever, but wherever you are going, there are some essential things that you should take. Okay, personally I went to the US, so that's something that this video will be a little more inclined towards. There's a lot of stupid things that people take with them that they should avoid. We're gonna go over those, and of course we're gonna go over the essential things, so that I want to make sure that when you get there, there's no last minute blunders and you don't basically find yourselves in a situation that you need something and you don't have it. So I'm gonna make sure that that doesn't happen with you, and we're gonna basically dive into it right now. Okay, so let's begin. Alright, by the way, so for those of you who are going to any country overseas and they have not really traveled international before, I'll just tell you about this minor thing that I was really confused about, because I was someone who had never really traveled internationally before and I did not know a lot of things. So there's actually, whenever you book a ticket to any country that you're going mostly, and you're basically doing an international travel flight, in most cases you will be allowed 2 checking bags. That's 2 checking bags and 1 cabin bag. Okay, so 2 checking bags, both of these can take 23 kilograms each. Okay, 23 kilograms each. Okay, and the last bag that you take with you, and it's called the cabin bag, you take with you, it's with you all the time, it's a 7 kilogram bag most of the times. A lot of times the flight that you will book, or whichever website you book the flight from, they will not clear it out. They will not tell you exactly how much you're allowed. And sometimes there's offers, you're allowed 3 checking bags instead of 2, but usually that's hard to get and those tickets might be costlier. So yeah, but otherwise you will see that you're allowed 2 checking bags and 1 cabin bag. If there's nothing mentioned, you can assume this and you can go on. Okay, because in my case there was nothing mentioned and it was really hard for me to get through, but some of you guys helped me out on Instagram. I asked you guys and you were kind enough to help me out. But this depends from flight to flight, but this is what the total baggage will be that you will be carrying along with you. Okay, so it's really important to make sure that you buy bags based on the dimensions that are allowed to you. Okay, you can check that in the tickets, what should be the dimension of your checking bags. Basically they should be shorter, they should be smaller than, okay, and they give you the dimensions, so you need to make sure that you buy the bags correctly. Okay, if you already have the bags, just make sure that they already fit into the dimensions. Okay, so after you have your bags and all of that is sorted, let's move on to the next step, and that is, should you carry cash in maybe US dollars, Canadian dollars, whatever country you're going in that currency, or should you get a forex card? I would advise, do not waste your money on a forex card, because the thing is, as soon as you enter the country, you can go ahead and you can open up a bank account, so you never really need a forex card. Of course, here's a few things that matter most over here. Okay, if you carry cash with you, let's say that you're going to the US, let's just take it as an example. Okay, you're going to the US and you're going from some country, which, let's say you're going from India to the US, and most cases you will find that you have a layover in between. Okay, so you go from maybe India to China and then China to US, right? So that would happen in most cases. Okay, but usually when you have a layover, and let's say it's 8 hours long or 9 hours long, just make sure that at that point of time, if you're carrying cash, you won't be able to use that cash at that airport, because those people would accept Chinese currency. They will not accept cash that is in US dollars or Indian rupees. They won't do that. I personally carried cash. It was only a small sacrifice that, because see, when you carry a forex card, there's a lot of other charges that apply. Then there's, managing that card. I did not want that hassle, so I personally carried just US dollars, and I had some eatables with me, ready to eat food, and I just consumed that at the airport when I had a layover. Okay, so it depends how you wanna, if you wanna sacrifice, you can do that. I would advise just take cash with you, and whatever country you're going to, just go over there next day in the morning, visit a bank and start your account process. Within 1 week you will have a bank account. Okay, so just to make sure that you're carrying enough money, I would say carry $500 to $1,000 with you so that you can get through the first week. After that, you will not need any, basically you can just remit the money from your country to that bank account. Okay, next, the other things that you should carry with you. Okay, first we're going to go over the things that you should carry, and these are really important things. Okay, and then we'll go over the things that you should not carry, because some things that people carry, sometimes they end up paying for excessive baggage because their stuff is not fitting that 7 kg bag rule. But how it turns out is that they're carrying stuff that is already cheaper in the country that they're going. So yeah, that's the stuff that you should not carry. Alright, so stuff that you should carry, let's go over that first. The first, of course, your essentials, your clothes, your toothbrush, all of these things, of course, are super important. You know, I'm not gonna go over the very basic things that you should carry, so many undergarments, or you should carry so many things. So those are super basic. You don't really need to kind of, go over them in very much detail. But over here, one thing that you should carry is, if you're going to the US, you will have an I-20. Okay, carry that at all times, wherever you go. It should be in the cabin bag. Okay, then there's your passport. It should be with you all the times. Your passport, your I-20, both of these things need to be with you. Or, in my case, I was going to the US. I needed to give that I-20 to basically that person who was basically, I wouldn't be let into the US airport without it. Okay, so if you need to go from the airport to the country, you want to step into the country, you need to have that I-20, especially for the US people. Okay, for Canadians it might be different. All right, the next thing, formal wear, a suit. Extremely important, extremely expensive in the US or in other countries. So definitely I would say, if you already have one, just carry one, or just buy one from your home country and take it with you. Okay, that's a much better alternative. All right, the next thing, laptop. If you already have it, keep it, take it with you. If you do not have it, if you do not have a laptop and you are thinking of buying one, then stop. Laptops are extremely cheap in countries like US and Canada. If you're going over there, do not, and I repeat, do not purchase a laptop just so that you will be able to start as soon as classes start over there. No, just go 1 week early, okay, and open up an Amazon account and just get one delivered. It's as simple as that. Okay, all right, great. Stationery. One thing I came across was that once I went to the US, I saw that stationery is actually very expensive. Even a notebook, which is about 100 to 150 pages, would cost you around $4 to $5. Okay, and for me, I'm someone who writes a lot at times, and 100 pages is not a lot for me. And if I'm spending, like, if you convert it to your Indian currency now, it kind of seems a lot, that 350 rupees for a 100-page notebook. So yeah, if you are someone who has to write a lot, personally this won't apply to computer science people or people who have all of their work on the laptops. And there's not a huge trend of writing on paper in the US. Even during classes, you take notes on the laptops. It's your wish. But if you're someone who has to write a lot, carry your stationery with you. Okay, next, you want to keep some ready to eat food. This is not the heat and eat, like, basically like you get curries that you can heat and you can eat, and you get those noodles boxes which you can put hot water in, and you can basically just prepare noodles. Don't try to carry that sort of food. Just carry normal food, and this should be in your cabin bag. Okay, so that maybe when you're in layover at some other country and your currency is not working over there, you need to have something, right? So carry something like protein bars and something like chocolates or whatever you like, nuts or fruits or whatever you like. Just keep that with you in the bag so that you can always consume that. That's ready to eat food, and you don't really need to process it in order to eat it. You don't need to heat it as well, right? Keep that with you in your cabin bag. All right, the next thing over here are really important universal adapters. So if you can see over here on the screen, this is a universal adapter, and this is extremely important. I carried 3 of these. One of these broke down, but the rest of those 2 adapters, they're extremely important, and I still use them at home sometimes. So no matter where you go in the world, these adapters will work, okay? And you will basically need them, because when you go over to another country and you have a hair straightener of Indian origin, or you have probably an iPhone which was purchased in India, you will have plugs which do not fit into basically the switches in another country. So you need that thing to convert it, right? So make sure that you have these adapters with you at all times. They are extremely important, not only at your home country, but also when you have that layover in China or Germany or wherever you have the layover. Basically, it will work for you, right? So always keep that with you. The next thing is utensils. Don't carry a lot of them, but some things like a pressure cooker, if you're in the habit of using that. Personally, I was not, so I never really carried one, but if you use that, keep that with you. Okay, just a set of spoons, a set of forks, basic things like maybe a plate, a cup, whatever you want to take with you. So just take these things. so that you can make sure that once you get to that country, on the first day you're not going shopping for utensils. You have a lot of things to do over there when you enter over there. So food is something that should be sorted, okay? And essentially you can't really go on and borrow plates, and you don't want to get into the mess. So make sure that you have some utensils on you. Okay, the next thing is now spices. A lot of people say that Indian spices, we won't get it over there, or we're going to this country or that country. You get spices almost anywhere in the world now, be it Canada, US, Germany, I asked around, okay? And I personally know for the US at least, that you will get all the spices that you want over there for a fraction of the price higher, and it's not worth carrying if you don't have the space, okay? So if you don't have the space, don't put in those spices, or you can take them out. Only keep really important ones like salt, sugar, or maybe if you're in the habit of having tea, just keep some tea, but only in limited amounts, okay? Not more than 100 grams for any of these. You don't need that. You can easily go ahead and buy it, and it's almost the same price. It's almost the same price over there, okay? So all of these things, like whatever masalas and everything that you're used to having, just carry them, but only in a small amount, okay? All right, so these are some of the things. There's a couple more. Bed sheets, you should always carry them, because I assumed, because in my Indian hostel I used to get a bed sheet, but when I went to the US, I was on-campus housing. I was basically admitted into on-campus housing, so I had a bed which had a mattress. If you're going for off-campus housing, you won't even have a mattress. You'll have to buy that. But I had a mattress, but I did not have a bed sheet. So carry a bed sheet with you, okay? Okay, so there's also these portable pillows which you can carry, okay? So they're really simple to carry. You can also carry those, all right, along with the bed sheets. Next thing are really important set of things. First aid kit, medicines, thermometer. These are the things that you must have on you at all times, all right? You need them. You don't know when you will need them, but you will need them sometime or the other. And my mom was kind enough to pack these things for me. I actually almost forgot about these, but they were really useful. I was sick, I did not know what to do. I had not a lot of things, but maybe a little bit of fever, but I took the medicine, just a simple paracetamol, and I was fine the next day, right? So these sort of things, when you're going to a different country, different atmosphere, you don't know if things are going to suit you over there, and the food is going to be good enough for your system. Your system is used to a completely different sort of things. So always carry some medicines with you, some first aid kit with you, so that you can make sure that you have those things at all times. These are essentials, okay? All right, apart from that, one thing over here that you should always carry is the power bank. The power bank is extremely essential, because at all times, no matter where you are, you might not have access to that charger sort of a thing. I know you'll be at airports a lot of times and all these things, so still keep that power bank with you. I don't know how long you have a layover. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow you might need it, okay? Power bank is extremely essential. Finally, the one last thing that probably no one will tell you about is the digital hanging luggage scale. And here's a photo of that on screen, and it's basically a portable luggage, basically checker. What is the weight of the luggage that you're carrying, okay? So maybe when you're at the airport, you have to put things from one bag to the other, or you have to do something of that sort. Or maybe when you're coming back from the US or Canada, wherever you went, you have to travel somewhere. This thing will help you. It's portable, you can keep it in your pocket if you want to, but at the same time you can weigh the whole luggage with this. And if you have this at all times, you can check that, all right, I'm still under 23 kgs or not. Otherwise, you will have an issue. When you're at a different country, you don't have a weighing scale, it's really hard to do that, all right? So this is something that I actually purchased when I was in the US, because it helped me a lot when I was coming back. So yeah, I would say definitely keep this with you at all times. Right, a couple of things that you should not carry. These are the things that you should not carry because they're not worth carrying, or it's just a waste of space, okay? Of course, if you have the space, do carry whatever you want to, but if you don't have the space, you can remove these things, okay? So first off, ready to eat food. Like we all have seen that, curries which are packed by MTR or something. They're packed in a sort of like a, I don't know, plastic bag, and you can just heat it, put it in hot water, and within 10 minutes it's ready and you can eat it, okay? Those sort of things for people who cannot prepare their own food, they're already there in the US, Canada, Germany, everywhere. It's present already. India exports a lot of them, and they go to almost every single block of at least the US. So you don't need to worry about that bit. If you're worried about food, and if you're packing a lot of things, like a lot of curries and a lot of such things, don't worry, you will already have access to them over there. You can easily buy that simply over there for the same price, literally for the same price. A little difference, but it's usually the same price. Okay, liquids. Try not to keep liquids, especially in your cabin bag. Oils and all of these things, they should not be in your cabin bag because they will be taken out and you will not be allowed to carry them into the airport. Basically on the flight, you cannot carry such things, oils and any such liquids. I don't know, pickles and in liquids or something like that. You will even be asked to take the water out if you're going, basically. So these sort of things, try and not carry liquids mostly. Okay, and then there's the question of electronics. A lot of people buy electronics, like, I'm not sure if you're carrying something like an induction or something like that. Don't do that because things are way cheaper over there. You'll get such things for $30 to $50 easily. A microwave is available for $50, literally, less than that at times. So don't carry such, weird electronics. It's not needed and you will have access to them already. So you don't need that. Okay, so apart from that, don't purchase a lot of new clothes. If you're, you think that clothes are really, really costly over there, no, it's not the case. It's really about the range. You have something that's available for $10 and the same thing will be available to you for $100. Depends on which brand you buy, right? So it's up to you. You will have access to both. In fact, better clothes, better quality in much lesser prices. So try and make sure that, that's something that you've already covered. You don't need to buy a lot of clothes. Of course, if you're buying suits or something like that, which might not be available over there or might be very expensive, so yeah, definitely I would say go ahead with that, but don't buy a lot of clothes apart from that. Okay, all right, so I think that's everything that I wanted to sum up in this video. Everything that you should take with you and everything that you should not take with you. Make sure that you pass on these tips, these advice to anyone who's going to any country that maybe they're going to the US, maybe Canada, maybe Germany, maybe Australia, Ireland, whatever it is. They need to know this. Okay, a lot of people are not sure about what to pack, and make sure that you pack all the essentials that I talk about in this video. And if you don't have the space, take out anything that I said you should not need. Okay, all right. I congratulate you on your journey. I know you've come a long way. This is the last step. If you're packing right now, I'm so happy for you, and all the best for the journey that awaits you. I know that it's going to be amazing and you're going to remember it for the rest of your life. It's going to change your life, literally. But yeah, I remember my journey. So all the best, have a good time, and subscribe to the channel for more such videos, and I'll see you soon. If you need to connect with me, just go over to my Instagram and you can basically just connect with me over there. Shoot me a message, man. I would love to talk. Alright? Have a good day. Bye.